I'm Charlotte, marketing coordinator. Notice how the men in the office seem way too comfortable making casual conversation. Like, seriously, why does Mark from it think it's appropriate to ask about my weekend plans every Friday? And don't get me started on how Dave from accounting always says, "Good morning, Charlotte," with that smile. Clearly, these guys don't understand professional boundaries. Monday morning, another typical day of microaggressions. Walking to my desk when Jake from sales stops me in the hallway. "Hey, Charlotte, crazy weather we're having, right? Supposed to rain all week." Internally rolling my eyes so hard. Why does he think I want to discuss meteorology with him? This is obviously just an excuse to engage me in unwanted conversation. Give him a curtain nod and keep walking. Get to my desk, trying to focus on quarterly reports. Kevin from marketing walks by with coffee. "Morning, Charlotte." "I grabbed an extra latte from downstairs if you want it." Are you kidding me? Right now, this is textbook workplace harassment disguised as friendliness. He's literally trying to create an obligation where I owe him something. Decline firmly and watch him shrug like he doesn't understand what he did wrong. Spending my lunch break researching company policies, the employee handbook is surprisingly vague about defining inappropriate workplace interactions. But I know manipulation when I see it. These men are creating a hostile environment by forcing unwanted social interactions. Time to document everything. Start keeping detailed notes on every interaction. Tuesday, Mark asks if I watched the game last night. Inappropriate assumption that I follow sports. Wednesday, Dave compliments my presentation. Unnecessary commentary on my work performance with undertones. Thursday, Jake holds the elevator door for me. Patronizing gesture suggesting I need assistance. Friday, Kevin invites me to join the team lunch. Clear attempt to extend workplace interaction into social setting. 2 weeks of documentation later, schedule meeting with Rebecca from HR. She seems nice enough, but probably doesn't fully grasp the nuances of workplace gender dynamics. Lay out my concerns systematically. "Rebecca, I need to report several incidents of inappropriate workplace behavior from male colleagues." Show her my detailed notes. "I see. Can you give me some specific examples of what you mean by inappropriate?" Explain how Mark's constant questions about my personal life constitute boundary violations. Describe Dave's compliments as subtle forms of objectification. Detail how Jake's weather comments are obviously pretexts for unwanted interaction. Emphasize how Kevin's coffee offers create uncomfortable power dynamics. Rebecca looks confused. "Charlotte, these sound like normal workplace pleasantries. Are you saying they made you uncomfortable?" I'll have to spell it out for her. "Rebecca, the issue isn't just individual incidents. It's the pattern of behavior that creates a hostile environment. These men feel entitled to my attention and emotional labor simply because we work together. I shouldn't have to explain why constant unsolicited interaction feels invasive." Rebecca takes notes but seems skeptical. I'll need to investigate these claims. Can you provide any witnesses or documentation of explicitly inappropriate behavior? Explain that the inappropriate nature is in the frequency and presumption, not necessarily explicit content. The problem is systemic. These men operate from an assumption that women colleagues exist for their social gratification. Meeting ends with Rebecca promising to look into it. Finally, feel like someone in authority understands the gravity of the situation. Return to desk feeling empowered for standing up against normalized workplace harassment. Following Monday, notice Mark looking uncomfortable when he passes my desk. No good morning greeting. Actually, perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Dave avoids eye contact in the kitchen. Progress. Tuesday morning. Jake approaches my desk. Oh, great. Probably going to deny everything or gaslight me. "Charlotte, we need to talk." His tone is completely different now, much more serious. "Rebecca called me into a meeting yesterday about your complaints." Finally, consequences for his behavior. "Jake, I hope you understand why your constant attempts at casual conversation were inappropriate." His face turns red. "Inappropriate?" "Charlotte, I was trying to be friendly. I ask everyone about the weather." Voice getting louder. Clearly frustrated. "I've worked here 3 years and never had anyone complain about me saying good morning or talking about rain. You're missing the point entirely. It's not about individual comments." "No, you're missing the point." He's actually raising his voice now. "I got written up yesterday for being friendly. Do you understand how insane that is? I have never ever made any inappropriate comments to you or anyone else in this office. His anger is palpable, hands gesturing emphatically. I asked you about weekend plans because that's what humans do in workplaces, Charlotte. I mentioned the weather because I was making normal small talk, but apparently being a decent colleague makes me some kind of predator in your eyes. He's genuinely furious. Voice echoing in the cubicle area. Other people starting to look over. Jake, please lower your voice. No, I'm not going to lower my voice. I'm angry. You reported me to Hatch for asking if you had nice weekend plans. My manager now thinks I'm some creep who harasses female coworkers. Do you have any idea what this could do to my career? Conversation going on for like 20 minutes. He's explaining in excruciating detail how frustrated he is. I treat everyone the same way, Charlotte. Everyone. I ask Mike about his weekend. I ask Sarah about the weather, but somehow when I do it with you, it's harassment. Finally storms off, leaving me shaken. Wednesday, Dave approaches during lunch break. Oh no, here we go again. Charlotte, I need to understand something. His tone is controlled, but clearly angry underneath. Rebecca told me you reported me for complimenting your presentation. Dave, if you would just listen to why those comments were problematic. Problematic? Problematic? His voice getting louder with each word. I told you that your quarterly analysis was thorough and well researched. That's my job as a senior analyst. I'm supposed to give feedback on presentations. He's pacing now, clearly furious. I've been working in corporate environments for 15 years, Charlotte. I give constructive feedback to everyone on my team. But apparently, when I acknowledge good work from a female colleague, that's inappropriate. You don't understand the context. I understand exactly what happened here. He's really angry now, not holding back. You decided that normal workplace interaction was somehow offensive, and instead of talking to me directly, you went straight to HR. Do you know what it's like to sit in a meeting where someone suggests you might be sexually harassing coworkers? This conversation goes on forever. He's explaining how hurt and angry he is in incredible detail. I complimented your work because it was good work, Charlotte. I wasn't commenting on your appearance or making personal remarks. I was doing my job as a senior team member, but now I can't give feedback to female colleagues without wondering if it'll be twisted into harassment. Finally leaves, slamming the break room door. Thursday, Kevin corners me by the printer. Great. The trifecta of angry men. Charlotte, what the hell is wrong with you? No pretense of politeness this time. He's immediately furious. Kevin, I reported behavior that made me uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. I offered you coffee. His voice echoing through the coffee room. I bought an extra latte and offered it to a coworker. That's literally just being nice. He's gesturing wildly, face flushed with anger. Rebecca made me sit through an hour-long meeting about appropriate workplace behavior. Because I offered you a beverage. Do you understand how completely insane that is? It's not about the coffee itself. Then what is it about, Charlotte? He's really shouting now because I'm genuinely confused about what I did wrong. I offer coffee to everyone. Mike, Sarah, even the interns. But somehow, when I'm nice to you, it's harassment. Longest 25 minutes of my life. He's going through every interaction we've ever had. Remember when I invited you to team lunch last month? That was me trying to include you in team bonding. But apparently that was inappropriate too. How am I supposed to work with female colleagues if basic courtesy is considered harassment? He's so angry, he's almost shaking. I've never had HR complaints in 8 years of working here, but you've managed to make me look like some predator because I'm friendly. You've potentially damaged my reputation because you can't handle normal human interaction. Finally storms out, leaving me standing alone by the printer. Friday afternoon, things feel different in the office. Realize I haven't heard from any of the guys all day. Mark walks past my desk without acknowledging me at all. Dave passes in the hallway, deliberately looking at his phone. Jake gets in the elevator with me, but stares at the floor numbers the entire ride. Weekend comes and goes. Monday morning feels weird. Usually, there's chatter in the morning, people saying hello. Today, it's completely silent. Mark arrives and goes straight to his desk without greeting anyone. Well, anyone except Mike and the other guys. Notice Dave in the kitchen making coffee. Perfect opportunity to smooth things over. Approach to get water. He immediately finishes pouring and leaves without, acknowledging my presence, like I'm literally invisible. Tuesday team meeting scheduled at 2 p.m. Show up to conference room. Everyone's already seated. Notice the only empty chair is at the far end of the table. Jake and Kevin in conversation that immediately stops when I enter. Meeting proceeds, but nobody asks my opinion or includes me in discussions, even though this is my department. Realize I wasn't included in the lunch plans discussion. Usually they debate restaurant options for like 10 minutes after meetings. Today, everyone just files out silently. Wednesday, trying to collaborate on the Morrison project. Need input from Dave since he has the financial projections. Send email requesting meeting. Get back. Please submit requests through proper channels. Proper channels. We've worked together directly for months. Try catching Kevin in the hallway. He sees me approaching and literally changes direction. Ducks into someone else's office to avoid walking past me. Thursday morning over here, Mark talking to Mike about weekend hiking plans. Sounds fun. Usually these conversations include the whole team. Realize I haven't been invited to any social activities in weeks. Not that I necessarily wanted to go, but the exclusion feels deliberate. Friday team lunch being organized. Watch everyone gather by Jake's desk discussing restaurant options. Wait for someone to ask my preference. They finalize plans and start leaving, literally walking past my desk like I don't exist. Hey, what time should I meet you guys? Awkward silence. Jake finally speaks. Oh, this is just a small group thing. Watch them leave together laughing about something, sitting alone at my desk during lunch hour. Realize this is exactly what I wanted, right? Professional boundaries. No one wanted social interaction. So why does it feel so awful? Monday of week 3 since HR meetings. Major client presentation coming up. Usually this involves whole marketing team. Notice planning meetings happening without me. Kevin and Jake huddled over presentation materials. No invitation to contribute. Approach Kevin's desk. Should I prepare slides for the Morrison presentation? He doesn't look up from his screen. We've got it handled. But I did the initial market research for Morrison. Thanks. But we're all set. Starting to feel genuinely confused. This is my job, my project. How can they exclude me from my own work? Tuesday. Presentation day. Show up to conference room. Client already seated, team already presenting. Kevin presenting slides based on my research without any acknowledgement or credit. Sit through entire meeting, feeling invisible. After clients leave, approach the team. I should have been included in that presentation. Jake finally makes eye contact. You wanted professional boundaries. Charlotte, this is what professional boundaries look like. Feel something breaking inside my chest. Professional boundaries don't mean excluding me from my job responsibilities. Actually, they do. Kevin's voice is completely cold. We're maintaining appropriate professional distance. No casual interaction, no unnecessary collaboration. Strictly business, just like you wanted. Wednesday morning, having trouble focusing. Keep replaying interactions from past month. Was I too harsh in my HR complaints? No, absolutely not. I was standing up for appropriate workplace behavior, but sitting alone at lunch again, watching everyone else chat and laugh together, feeling completely isolated. This wasn't what I wanted. I wanted respect, not exile. Thursday, emotional dam finally breaks. Trying to work on quarterly reports. Realize I need data from Dave's team. Send polite email requesting information. Get automated reply. For data requests, please contact Department Administrator. Department Administrator is his assistant who knows nothing about the specifics. Storm over to Dave's desk. Dave, I need the Q3 financial breakdowns for my report. He doesn't look up. Please follow proper channels. What proper channels? We're colleagues. He finally looks up. Expression completely neutral. Charlotte, you made it clear that casual workplace interaction was inappropriate. I'm respecting your boundaries. Voice starting to crack. This isn't boundaries. This is punishment. You're excluding me from everything. I'm avoiding potential HR violations. His tone is matter of fact. You reported friendly conversation as harassment. So I'm eliminating all non-essential interaction. This protects both of us. Filled tears starting to form. But this isn't what I meant. This is exactly what you meant, Charlotte. Friday afternoon, complete emotional breakdown. Sitting in bathroom stall, crying, realized I haven't had a normal conversation with anyone in 3 weeks. Feel completely isolated and miserable. This is supposed to be victory, right? I stood up for myself, established boundaries. So why do I feel so terrible? Monday, week 4. Desperation setting in. Try a different approach with Mark. Casual comment about IT system being slow. He nods without making eye contact and keeps walking. No conversation. No engagement. Nothing. Attempt small talk with Jake about the weather. Ironic considering I reported him for this exact thing. Looks like rain today. He glances up briefly. Yes. Returns to his screen. Tuesday. Full meltdown at my desk. Trying to work on client proposal. Need creative input from Kevin's team. Realize they've been collaborating without me for weeks. All the casual conversations I used to overhear. Project updates. Brainstorming sessions. I'm completely out of the loop. March over to Kevin's area. I need to be included in the Henderson proposal. He looks up with that same neutral expression. We've allocated resources appropriately. Kevin, this is ridiculous. We used to collaborate on everything. Voice getting higher, more emotional. I can't do my job if you exclude me from projects. Charlotte, I'm maintaining professional boundaries per your requirements. His tone is perfectly calm and professional. All communications go through official channels now. No casual collaboration, no informal brainstorming, everything documented and appropriate. Start crying right there in the middle of the office. This isn't what I wanted. I just wanted respect. I didn't want to be completely isolated. Jake looks over from his desk. You got exactly what you asked for, Charlotte. Professional interaction only. No friendliness, no casual conversation. We're treating you with complete professional courtesy, but you're excluding me from everything. Tears streaming down my face. Team lunches, project meetings, presentations. You're sabotaging my career. Kevin stands up, voice still calm. We're protecting our careers, Charlotte. You demonstrated that normal workplace friendliness can be reported as harassment. So, we've eliminated all potential risk. Dave joins the conversation. Every interaction with you is now a potential HR complaint. So we minimize interactions. It's the logical response to your complaints. Crying harder now. I never said you couldn't include me in work projects. Actually, you did. Mark has walked over, first time he's spoken directly to me in weeks. You reported casual workplace interaction as harassment. Team collaboration requires casual interaction. Project brainstorming requires casual interaction. You made it clear that our normal working style was inappropriate. Voice breaking completely. I just wanted you to respect boundaries. We are respecting boundaries. Jake's voice has an edge to it. The boundary is no unnecessary interaction with Charlotte. No casual conversation, no informal collaboration, no friendly gestures, pure professional interaction only. But that makes it impossible to work effectively, sobbing openly. Now teams need to communicate casually to function. Exactly. Kevin's response is like a slap, but you defined casual communication as harassment, so we eliminated it. Wednesday, sitting alone in the cafeteria, watching my former colleagues eat together at their usual table, laughing about something, probably planning weekend activities. I used to be part of that. Didn't realize how much I actually valued those connections until they were gone. Thursday afternoon, reality hitting hard. Rebecca from HR stops by my desk. Charlotte, I wanted to follow up on the situation with your male colleagues. How are things going since our meeting? Don't know how to explain this. Actually, things have gotten worse. They're excluding me from everything now. I feel completely isolated. Excluding you, how? They won't include me in projects, team lunches, meetings I should attend. They avoid all casual interaction. I can barely do my job effectively. Rebecca looks confused. But isn't that what you wanted? Professional boundaries? Start tearing up again. I wanted them to stop being inappropriately friendly. I didn't want them to stop working with me entirely. Charlotte, I'm not sure I understand the distinction. You reported them for friendly conversation and casual interaction. Now, they've eliminated friendly conversation and casual interaction. How is that not addressing your concerns? Realize I can't explain this without sounding completely unreasonable. I guess I thought they would just be more professional while still including me. But any inclusion requires some level of casual interaction. Team collaboration, brainstorming, social workplace bonding. You identified all of those as problematic. Friday, complete emotional breakdown in bathroom. Can't stop crying. Realize I've painted myself into an impossible corner. Got exactly what I asked for, But it's miserable. Feel completely isolated and excluded. Work has become torture. Weekends spent replaying everything. Maybe I was too sensitive about their behavior. Mark asking about my weekend plans wasn't actually harassment. Dave complimenting my presentation was appropriate feedback. Jake talking about weather was normal small talk. Kevin offering coffee was just being nice. But admitting that would mean admitting I was wrong. Would mean I got 4 men in trouble with HR for being normal colleagues. Would mean I created this whole situation myself. Monday morning, desperate attempt to fix things. Approach Mark's desk. Mark, I think there might have been some misunderstanding about my HR complaints. He looks up warily. What kind of misunderstanding? Maybe I was overly sensitive about some interactions. I'd like to find a better way to work together. His expression doesn't change. Charlotte, you taught us that our natural interaction style was inappropriate. We've adjusted accordingly. This is the safer approach for everyone. Voice getting desperate. But it doesn't have to be this extreme. We can find middle ground. Middle ground is too risky. His tone is final. You demonstrated that normal workplace friendliness can be misinterpreted. So, we've eliminated the possibility of misinterpretation. Tuesday, try same conversation with Dave. Dave, I think we can work together more collaboratively while maintaining appropriate boundaries. He shakes his head. Charlotte, you reported me for giving professional feedback. I can't risk that happening again. Minimal interaction protects both of us, but you're making it impossible for me to do my job effectively. That's not our problem to solve. His response is cold. We're each responsible for managing our own careers. We're managing ours by minimizing risk. Wednesday, final attempt with Kevin. Kevin, this isolation isn't sustainable. We need to find a way to work together. He looks up from his computer. We are working together, Charlotte. When work requires interaction, we interact professionally and appropriately. No casual conversation, no friendly gestures, no informal collaboration. Exactly what you requested. Break down crying again. This isn't what I wanted. This is what you got. His voice has no sympathy. Actions have consequences. You chose to report normal workplace behavior as harassment. We chose to eliminate any behavior that could be reported. Thursday, sitting at my desk, feeling completely defeated. Realize I'm trapped in a situation entirely of my own making. Wanted respect and appropriate boundaries. Instead, created a hostile environment where I'm completely excluded. The men aren't being unprofessional or violating any rules. They're being perfectly appropriate and professional, just completely cold and minimal in their interaction. Friday afternoon, finally understanding the full scope of what I've done, I reported men for being friendly and collegial. They responded by becoming unfriendly and uncollegial, while maintaining perfect professional behavior. I can't complain to HR because they're not doing anything wrong. They're just not being nice to me anymore. And they're never going to be nice to me again because I taught them that being nice to me was dangerous. So, they chose to protect themselves instead, leaving me completely isolated in my own workplace. Sitting alone at my desk while everyone else makes weekend plans. Realize I got exactly what I asked for, and it's absolutely miserable, but there's no way back from this. I made my choice when I reported them. Now I have to live with the consequences forever. Monday morning, week 6. Another team project starting up. Watch them organize without even considering including me. I've been completely written out of the informal power structure. All decisions made in casual conversations. I'm no longer part of. All planning done in lunch meetings I'm not invited to. My career trajectory has been permanently damaged. Not because anyone is sabotaging me directly, but because workplace success requires relationship building, and I destroyed all my relationships by reporting normal interaction as harassment. Tuesday. Overhear Jake talking to Mike about upcoming promotion opportunities. Realize I should be in the running for marketing team lead. But promotions require peer recommendations, and none of my peers will recommend me now because they barely interact with me. Wednesday. Watching Kevin present ideas that clearly came from collaborative brainstorming sessions I'm never included in because collaboration requires casualness, and I defined casualness as inappropriate. Thursday, see Dave getting praise from management for team leadership. Realize his success comes from building relationships with colleagues. Relationships I made impossible by reporting relationship building as harassment. Friday, complete clarity about what I've done. I didn't just report inappropriate behavior, I reported the fundamental basis of workplace collegiality, and in doing so, I excluded myself from workplace collegiality permanently, sitting alone while everyone else celebrates another successful project. Project I should have been part of, would have been part of if I hadn't taught them that working with me was dangerous. Realize this is my life now. Professional isolation, disguised as appropriate boundaries, and it's entirely my own fault. They outsmarted me completely. Gave me exactly what I asked for in the most malicious compliance way possible. I wanted them to stop being friendly, so they stopped being friendly. I wanted professional boundaries, so they created boundaries that exclude me from everything meaningful. And there's nothing I can do about it because they're being perfectly appropriate, just cold, distant, and professional. Forever. If this confession kept you hooked, make sure to subscribe, like, and share. We share powerful true stories every day that explore the complex realities of life.